So in last lecture we discussed the isolated singularities of a function. So what is the isolated singularity? Singularity of a function fz, of a function fz, right? So we discussed in the latest lecture. So what is the isolated singularity? Now suppose if z is equal to z naught, it is a isolated singularity of a function fz, then it means this point, if it is a z naught, at this point the function is not analytic. So at this point the function is not analytic, but it is analytic in its deleted neighborhood. So if it is a deleted neighborhood, which is a 0 less than this minus z naught less than delta, so this is analytic in the deleted neighborhood but not analytic at the point z naught. So in the neighborhood it is a analytic, means it is analytic in this circle except only one point, that is a z naught. So z naught is called a isolated singularity of a function fz. If it is a isolated singularity, so we can expand the function by Laurent expansion. So what is the Laurent expansion? F of z, which is equal to summation of an z minus z naught raised to power n, where n is running from 0 to infinity, and the second term is plus, this is summation of bn over z minus z naught raised to power n, where n is running from 1 to infinity. So this is by Laurent expansion. Laurent expansion of a function, about z equal to z naught, yani about singular points. Now this part where we know the value of an and bn, so this part is called a principal part. This part is called principal part of a function fz. So if z naught is a isolated singular point, so we can expand the function in the term of powers of positive power of z minus z naught and negative power of z minus z naught. The series which is a negative power of z minus z naught is called a principal part of fz. So remember that this is called a principal part of fz. So basically if z is equal to z naught, which is a isolated singular point, of fz. So fz can be expanded as, which is a fz can be expanded as by Taylor series, which is by Laurent expansion an into z minus z naught raised to power n, where n is running from 0 to infinity, plus the second part, which is a b1 over z minus z naught plus b2 over z minus z naught plus b3 over z minus z naught raised to power 2 raised to power 3 plus so on up to infinity. So this red part is called a principal part of a function. This red part is called a principal part of a function f of z, right? Now after this we will discuss some kind of singularity. One is removal singularity, then other is essential singularity. So what is removal singularity? So this is removal singularity, and second is, if it is not removal, then it is called a essential singularity. So if all the term of principal part is 0, yeah, even we can say that the principal part is equal to 0, then it means, if principal part is 0, then it means there is no negative term of z minus z naught. If there is no negative term of z minus z naught, then z is equal to z naught is called a removal singularity. Removal singular point, just singularity of fz, because this singularity removed. It is a singular point, but it is a removal singular point because all the term of principal part is equal to 0. In other words, we can say that if all the term of bn, which is equal to 0, if n is running from 1 to up to infinity, so this is 1 up to infinity, all the terms are 0, then it is called a removal singularity, right? So in this way, if all the term is called, it is a removal singularity. And second, if bn is non-zero for infinite many terms, the principal part contains infinite many terms, then it is called essential singularity. If principal part of fz contains infinitely many terms, in that case it is called a essential singularity. Or we can also say that if bn is not equal to 0 for infinite many value of n, if infinite many values of m, bn is not equal to 0, then this singularity is called a, then z equal to z naught, it is a essential singularity of Fz. Singularity of Fz. So what we get till now, if principal part contain no term, then removal singularity. If principal part contain infinite many terms, then it is called a essential singularities. If principal part contains a finite number of terms, then it is a called pole. So if it contain finite number of term, that term is called pole. So in that case, singular point is called pole. So what is the definition of pole? If Bn is equal to 0, if Bn is equal to 0, for every n greater than m. So what it means? First understand. It means up to m term, it may be 0 or non-zero, but up to term greater than m, it is a 0. Means Bm plus 1, Bm plus 2, Bm plus 3, and so on, all the term are 0. All the term are 0, and up to term m, it is a non-zero. Mean Bm is non-zero, and after that all the term are 0. In that case, singular point z equal to z naught is called a pole of Fz of order m. So pole of order m, right? So if it contains finite many terms, in that case it is called a pole. If it contains no term, then it is called a removal singular point. Otherwise it is called a essential singular point. So what we conclude from this theory, if principal part, this is a principal part of a expansion, Laurent expansion of function. So if it has 3 part, if it contains no term, and second it contains finite term, and third it contains infinite terms. So if it contains no term, then singularity is called removal singularity. And if it contains finite term, it is a pole of order. It may be order 1, 2, 3, 4 of finite order, pole of finite order. If it contains infinite term, so this is called a essential singularity. So this is called a essential singularity. So that is the comparison between removal, essential, and pole. If pole of order 1 is called a simple pole. Now we will discuss the pole. Now if it contains finite terms, so pole of order 1 is called simple pole. So remember this. So in simple pole, in case of simple pole is of order 1. So this is the three part of the singularity. Now after that, for example, we will discuss all the things with the example. So after that, we have pole at finite point as well as infinite point. So what is the pole at infinity? So pole at infinity, pole at infinity, infinity, pole at infinity. So what is its definition? The behavior of the point z equal to infinity is studied by substitution z equal to 1 by t in f of z and behavior of fz. So behavior, simple behavior of fz. So pole at means behavior of fz at z equal to infinity. This is, and this is determined by behavior of f of 1 by t at point t equal to 0. So simply replace z by its reciprocal, then determine its behavior at the point of origin, at the point of 0. Now to discuss all these, so first statement of the question is, show that the function f of z e raised to power z. So I will discuss e raised to power z. It has isolated singular point at z equal to infinity. So it has isolated singular point at z equal to infinity. Now my aim is to discuss the behavior of this function at the point of z equal to infinity. So I will convert this function in term of phi of z. So what is this, which is a f of 1 by z, this values. So what is this? It is e raised to power 1 by z. So I want to discuss the behavior of this function at z equal to infinity. So how we will discuss at this point? So just convert z by 1 by z. Now we will discuss the behavior of phi z at z equal to 0. Now check the behavior of function phi z at z equal to 0. So behavior of fz at z equal to infinity, which is same as the behavior of phi z at z equal to 0. Now from this clearly, now this is a question number 1. So first see that at z equal to 0, this is a infinity. If it is a infinity, so this is a singular point. Because there is no other singular point, so it is a isolated singular point. So it implies z equal to 0, so which is a singular isolated singular point of a function phi z. So remember, so this is a isolated singular point of a function phi z also. Now this phi of z, basically what is this? This is e raised to power 1 by z. Now by using the expansion series, this can be written as 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by 2 factorial z square plus 1 by 3 factorial z cube plus so on up to infinity. Now here see that the principal part of this series contain infinite many terms. Yeah, the reciprocal term 1 by z form are infinite. It means if it contains infinite many terms, it means the singularity is essential singularity. So it implies z equal to 0, which is a essential singular point of a function phi z. If it is a singular point, essential singular point of a function phi z, so in the same way, same behavior, z equal to infinity, what is this? It is a essential singular point of a function fz. So in this way we can check the behavior at infinity of any functions. Now to understand the singularity, so we will go to the next question. Find the kind of singularity. So I have a function f of z which is equal to cot of pi of z over z minus 2 raised to power 2. Now my aim is to check the singularity of this function. So this cot pi z, so just remember that. So this f of z can be written as cos of pi z over z minus 2 raised to power 2 into sine of pi z. So this means, it means singularity of these functions, singularities of fz is given by z determined by this part equal to 0, means z minus 2 raised to power 2 into sine of pi z equal to 0. So what we get the value of z? From the first part I get z equal to 2. So this is a repeated root. So I get the value of z which is equal to 2. And from the second part 2 and 2, and from this sine pi z equal to 0, so pi z is equal to n pi. So I get z is equal to n, where n is equal to 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3 and so on up to infinity. So I get the singularity at infinite points 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, right? So I get the singularity of infinite point. Now this term contains z minus 2 raised to power 2. It is a power, it is a negative power of 2. So it means it is a pole of order 2. At this point, the z equal to 2, which is a pole of function fz order 2, because it has maximum power 2. but in case sine of pi z, it has maximum power 1. If it has maximum power 1, so z equal to n, so z equal to n. At this point z equal to n plus minus and so on. So it is a simple pole. So that we will discuss in the next classes, next lectures. So here just check that. So these are the singular point and z equal to 2, 2 is the pole of function fz. Now in order to check the singularity nature, singularities at the point of infinity. So if I take the point of infinity, so I can also check that by taking the reciprocal 1 of z, then find the singularity at the point of infinity. Now discuss the next question. Find the nature, number 1 nature, number 2 and location where it is. So location of singularity of a function f of z, which is equal to 1 by z into e raised to power z minus 1. So this is very important type to understand the concept of singularity. Now my first part to check the singularity. So singularity of this function are given by, so number 1, singularity of fz is given by that is z e raised to power z minus 1 equal to 0. So what we get from this, z equal to 0, and from this e raised to power z equal to 1. So this can be written as e raised to power 2n pi iota, this values. So from this z is 0, from this z is equal to 2n pi iota, where what is n? N is 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on up to infinity. So what is this? So this is, all of these equations are singularities. All of these equations are singularity. Now check the pole of order. Now this, it is a one root z equal to 0 and another one root is from this equation when we take n equal to 0. So here again we get a z equal to 0. So 0 is the root of order 2. It means z is equal to 0, which is a pole of order 2. Remember that, because when we substitute here n equal to 0, that is again 0. And other singularities, that is by substituting plus minus 2. So it has only one root, so that is a simple pole. So other singularity are plus minus, one is positive, second is negative, plus minus 2 n pi iota, plus minus 4 n pi iota plus minus 6 n pi iota plus minus 8 n pi iota and so on and so on. So these are pole of order 1. These are pole of order 1. So all of these are pole of order 1, means it is a simple pole. Simple pole. It is a simple pole, but z equal to 0 is a pole of order 2, and here it is a simple pole. Also, from this function fz, which is equal to 1 by z e raised to power z minus 1. So we know that Ez, which is equal to 1 plus z square plus 2 factorial z cube by 3 factorial. So it means this equation can be written as z bracket, which is z plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus so on up to infinity. So this equation, this function can be written in this form. So we can check that the maximum power, that is z square, so it is a f of z. So here can be written in this way, which is z square into 1 plus z by 2 factorial plus z square by 3 factorial plus so on up to infinity, right? So this is the expansion of fz. Now next is a very important result, that is a Riemann theorem. Due to Riemann, so Riemann, due to Riemann, what is the removal singularity? So that we will discuss in the next lecture. So what is the Riemann